Hi, if you're getting into this video, I recommend using the subtitles to help you guys understand me. Sandland is an IP created by Akira Toriyama. It first came out as a manga released from May 2000 to August of the same year. It ran in Weekly Shonen Jump and only had one volume. Because it was short and did not have the same huge spotlight as Dragon Ball or Dr. Slump, it ended up becoming a kind of underground title. A lot of people called it an underrated hidden gem, but because it has such a limited run, it became harder to find and talk about throughout the years. Unlike Toriyama's other massive works, Sandland never had the chance to grow into a full franchise. That changed in 2023 when the anime movie adaptation dropped in August. The film grossed $2 million in Japan and currently has a 7.3 rating on IMDb. For a single volume manga from 2000, that is honestly impressive. Fans seem to enjoy the movie, but many have said the TV series is much better. The first 6 episodes of the TV series covers the movie, and the remaining 7 episodes add new material that was not in the film at all. This gave fans the chance to see the world expanded in ways the original manga never had the pages for. The TV series was released 1 month before the game on March 20th and has 13 episodes total. Then shortly after, the Sandland game was released on April 25th, 2024. It launched with a Metacritic score of 71 and a user score of 7.6, or a very positive on Steam. Sadly, the release was overshadowed by Akira Toriyama, which hit the entire world, and the announcement of Dragon Ball Daima also took a lot of attention away. But 1 year later, the question remains, did Sandland deserve that 71 on Metacritic, or should it be higher? That's what I'm here to find out in this review. We'll go through the good, the bad, and my overall final thoughts now that I've finished the game and had enough time to reflect on it without any hype or noise surrounding it. Let me start with the combat, because the combat surprised me the most. It's fun, fast-paced, and responsive. It's not super deep in the beginning, and I don't think it's meant to be. The game slowly teaches you the mechanics, so the combat takes a while to open up. But once it does, the experience becomes a lot more enjoyable. You begin with light attacks, heavy attacks, and a simple dodge. As you level up, you earn ability points that let you unlock skills in the skill tree, such as mid-air dodging, charge attacks, improved combos, and many more useful moves. There's also over 25 enemy types, each with different attack patterns, and the boss fights are surprisingly creative. You also get access to vehicles such as tanks, jump bots, bikes, cars, and the airship. The vehicles have their own combat system, and switching between ground combat and vehicle combat helps keep the gameplay from getting repetitive. Feels like the developers want the combat to be simple but fun, and they succeeded in that. Now the story. I did not expect Sandland's story to go as hard as it did. The world looks playful and colorful. The character designs look silly at first, but the tone is actually dark and mature. It deals with war, corruption, greed, loss, and human suffering. But at the same time, it takes Toriyama's charm, humor, and personality. It is serious, but not depressing. It hits a very rare balance. The main cast is also refreshing. Instead of a group of teenagers or standard JRPG archetypes, you get 2 older men and 1 young woman who is not a damsel in distress. She's an intelligent mechanic who contributes a lot to the group. The 2 older men each have interesting personalities and backstories. One is a war veteran dealing with the trauma of his past. The other is the main character's supervisor, who actually has a personality instead of being a blank stand-in for the players. The pacing of the story is one of the strongest parts. Most JRPGs drag out their stories with filler, side quests that doesn't matter, and long stretches of nothingness. Sandland doesn't do this. It is sharp, fast, and clear. It respects the player's time. Even the quiet moments have a purpose. Normally, I don't care about video game music at all, and it's usually something I ignore completely unless it's extremely good. But the music in Sandland stood out to me instantly. It does not sound like a JRPG soundtrack at all. It sounds more like something you would hear in The Last of Us, with emotional acoustic tracks, atmospheric pieces, and quiet melody themes that reinforces the tone of the story. Some tracks even reminded me of Silent Hill's soundtrack, which is nostalgic, emotional, and slightly eerie. Gives the game a maturity that I did not expect. Honestly, the soundtrack is so good that I would recommend you pause this video and listen to it right now. The world building is also very good. The world feels lived in and the designs are unique, Akira Toriyama style. The vehicles, towns, and enemies have a charm that modern games often lack. The game does not over-explain everything but gives enough context for the world to feel believable. Let me start with the biggest downside, the difficulty. The game is way too easy. Most enemies take 3 to 4 hits before they fall over, and many of them don't dodge, block, or counter-attack at all. They just stand there and let you hit them. You don't need timing, precision, or even need to think too hard. Even when you fight large enemy groups, they rarely press you. The boss fights are better, but even then, they only feel challenging if you're under-leveled. If you keep your gear and ability updated, you will breeze through most of the game. I recommend playing on hard mode as it feels like an easy mode in most other games. So don't worry about being overwhelming, but it can be a big drawback for most people. Next, exploration. The world looks amazing and the art style is great, but the rewards for exploring are extremely basic. You mostly find crafting materials, healing items, and other small resources. There's nothing meaningful, unique, or exciting hidden in the world. Even fun rewards like weird Easter eggs or silly collectibles would have helped. Instead, exploration feels like a wasted potential. The open world has everything it needs to be great: unique vehicles, fun traversal, beautiful art, and plenty of locations, but never fully uses that potential. A world can survive without meaningful loot if it has memorable surprises. Halo Infinite is a perfect example. Sandland needed more of that. There's also some repetition. Enemy variety is good, but once you have mastered the combat, the fights start to feel similar. Some side quests or simple fetch quests that does not add much. The vehicle combat is fun, but it can get repetitive if you use the same vehicle too often. Finally, there are some technical issues. The game runs fine, but there are occasional frame drops, some stuff animations, and a few NPCs that freeze or behave strangely. Nothing game breaking, but it's noticeable. Sandland is a fun game with a great story, memorable characters, solid combat, and an amazing soundtrack. It is held back by slow difficulty, weak exploration, and some repetitive elements. But overall, it's a strong experience that stands out in the JRPG genre. Whether it's worth the price is up to you. For me, it definitely was. I went in with right expectations, fully understanding its flaws and strengths. Now you know them too. This is one of the last projects Akira Toriyama worked on, and I wanted to experience it out of respect for him. I'm glad I did. The writing is sharp, pacing is excellent, and the story has no filler. These strengths alone make Sandland special, and they put it above many modern JRPGs that struggle with bloated pacing and unnecessary padding. Let me know in the comments below if you plan to pick this up, or if the negative outweigh the positives for you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Leaving a like, comment, and subscribing would mean a lot. Also, see you guys next time with another video.